make a scene, so they do the most. Sipping on the lean just to fill the void. I might charge a fee just to be at home. I get everything that I want and more. And I had a freak, yeah, yeah. I had a freak. She made me a fiend, yeah, yeah. She made me a fiend. And now they coming for me, trying to find a way out. Pressing me cause they know I got the layout. Under pressure, so they pouring up the alcohol. Pass out in the mansion, so they couldn't find them all. A bunch of thugs sipping on a glass of gin and juice. They all do the same thing, I live rhythm and fools. I just dropped a record no one ever would. Try to make it sound like this, you never could. Paving not the way again. Y'all can't wait for the weekend. And you have a dream, yeah, yeah. And I go to sleep. You try to sing, yeah, yeah. And I make the beat. And now they coming for me, trying to find a way out. Pressing me cause they know I got the layout. Under pressure, so they pouring up the alcohol. Pass out in the mansion, so they couldn't find them all. A bunch of thugs sipping on a glass of gin and juice. They all do the same thing, I live rhythm and fools. Yeah, rhythm and fools. Rhythm and fools. Rhythm and fools. Rhythm and fools. Paving not the way again. Y'all can't wait for the weekend. Yeah, rhythm and fools. Yeah, rhythm and fools. Rhythm and fools. Rhythm and fools. Rhythm and fools. a storm, yeah. I'm strong if you keep me warm. That's how I love. That's how I am. Can fight. It's in our minds and we're breaking out through the wild and the trees. I gotta make it sound. This is one thing that I can fight. Get it tonight. When you're gone, you're gone. When you're gone, you go away. You can't change today. Now it's on to the T. You were gone. I blew it off these white and blue excuses. I was on to the T. You were gone, out of reach. I made the wish. I blew it off these white and blue excuses. Here we are, can we make it out through the wild and the rain? I gotta make it sound. This is one thing that I can fight. I'm alone tonight. Here we are in our minds and we're breaking out through the wild and the trees. I gotta make a sound. This is one thing that I can fight. Get it tonight. Birds fly above our heads, you and me behind a tree, making love tenderly. Leaves are falling all around us. I breathe you in my dreams. Grass makes it sweeter. I love to lay down with you. I see love in your eyes. On the floor there are some flowers. They color my dreams. In my dreams. Kind of warm. Feel it almost touch it, confusion in my head. Play until the game is over. You set fire my dreams. It sounds like a fairy tale in the middle of nowhere. Strange feeling in my heart. Maybe it's my imagination. In the snow, we're driving. The heat is on your face. The gifts, they're all the way there. We know there'll be laughter. Silence our fears. In the snow, we're driving. Change it to something new. Let it fall apart. And do you believe? I don't believe. I believe in faith. I don't believe in you. Faith. Can I believe? Can I believe in you? Can I believe in you? Faith. I don't believe in you. Faith. I don't believe in you. Open your eyes and don't be so uncouth. You gotta change your mind and figure out the truth. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. There's nothing you can do.
Charlie, Foxtrot, 4, Zulu, Lima, 2, X-ray, Whiskey, 2, India, Hotel, Victor, Tango, Oscar, Bravo, Juliet, Victor, Kilo, X-ray, Sierra, Juliet, X-ray, Juliet, Foxtrot, Zulu, Victor, Oscar, Quebec, Juliet, Quebec, India, Juliet, Lima, Quebec, Golf, Delta, India, Golf, Mike, Uniform, Bravo, November, Kilo, Zulu, Juliet, Oscar, 33, Golf, Juliet, Alpha, Charlie, Echo, Golf, Lima, Victor, Charlie, 2, Zulu, 4, Hotel, Romeo, Foxtrot, 6, Zulu, X-ray, Golf, Sierra, Bravo, 2, Alpha, Romeo, Whiskey, November, Zulu, Romeo, November, Alpha. This is complete message of 116 characters. This is help.
You say I don't care. Now it's time I give my version of your sweet words. Oh, bullshit, in fact. This is free, so listen up. Why nobody dare to tell you your jealousy and empty cards? When will you tell the truth? I don't know where you're hiding. I'm shaking like a fool. Ain't ready for this. Girl, you break the rules. Well, I've spent the night out till the light of day. Haven't closed my eyes, but haven't seen you there. Around to me, yeah, around to me. My naughty way. I want you to be mine. I don't know where you're hiding. I'm shaking like a fool. Ain't ready for this. Girl, you break the rules. Well, I've spent the night out till the light of day. Haven't closed my eyes, but haven't seen you there. Around to me, yeah, around to me. My naughty way. I want you to be mine, babe. I want you to be mine, babe. Around to me, yeah, around to me. My naughty way. I want you to be mine, babe. I only do things that are bad for me, and I only do things that are gone and blow away. I only do things that are bad for me, and I only listen up when it's time to go. And I only wanna know that you're good for me. That you're gone and go away. I only do things that are bad for me, and I only listen up when it's time to go. 'Cause I reach out to the one I love. 'Cause I never wanted to go with the moon first. Because I never wanted to go with the moon first. Moon first. With the moon first. Moon first. Because I never wanted to go with the moon first. Walking my lakeside, dancing in a field. Swallowing the moonlight, the shut-down fountain. Capture on a photograph in time. Waltzing through the forest and dancing in a graveyard. Fracturing the moments on a line. With the moon girl. With the moon girl. Moon girl. Because I never wanted to go with the moon girl. Moon girl. With the moon girl. Moon girl. Because I never wanted to go. Walking my lakeside, dancing in the midnight It's warm. Play my songs, I'll play my songs to strangers I don't know. Show after show after show after show after show after show. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Shana na, shana na, shana na 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 na. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Shana na, shana na, shana na 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 na. Oh my God. Na 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 na. La da da, la da da, la da 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 da. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Shana na, shana na, shana na 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 na. Another bad dream last night. One more, everybody died. I saw you and you there. We were falling from the sky. Another bad dream last night. Mona right there by my side. Surrounded by a circle gang. Hold off everyone in sight. I could hardly sleep.
test. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a test count out.
day is longer than the one before. Everybody's holding me down to the floor. But I'm losing. I think I've lost my mind. Stuck inside all day, and the sun it never shines. 'Cause I remember the days. Everything made sense and everyone knew your name. The comfort of strangers, how you feel shame. Is it you, is it me, or is everyone the same? Living in the shadows, going through the dark alone. Trying to find your place when nowhere feels like home. Sunshine makes me paranoid. In a world of strangers, just trying to fill the voids. 'Cause I remember the days. Everything made sense and everyone knew your name. The comfort of strangers, how you feel no shame.
This main cell with the test count testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is main cell with the test count.
just like me. Be patient, we're all looking for purity. It was just another lie, but it's what I need. Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. Of hell, and I came back to you. I've been living in an awkward pause, buried deep in a digital box. Quiet place in my awkward pause, hidden away behind quantum walls. The voices in the distance and shit that disappear now. As they disappear then, I send a minute to be heard again. Where I was orphans, faceless and formless. Walking around like some kind of clown, a harlequin horse on the merry-go-round. Up and up, scaring you down. It's in the prize, but your head's in the clouds. Running in place, falling flat on your face.
On 11175. Take and relax. Over. Calling station. Last calling station. This is Angel on 11175. Over.
Is anybody in here? I'm a little late. Ugh. Hi, Tryon. I'm okay. Foot hurts. It's bruising up pretty good. Ugh. The only thing keeping the toes straight is it being taped to the other toe. Hopefully the bone sets well enough to actually heal. Alrighty. Well, I see you in here. Oh man, it's been an interesting day. I haven't seen Danielle in a little bit. I know she was running to pick apart and doing some stuff. Ow. Yep. A little bit more painful today. Tomorrow I got to head down to the VA for the podiatry appointment so they can decide if it needs surgery or if I can just coast with doing the buddy tape in a walking boot or what. So hi, Crafty. I hope you are doing well. Let's see. I don't know, maybe I'll stop the stream and just restart it quickly. Maybe get some people back in. That's usually what I do, though. I restart it so people can know that they can get the notifications, if they get the notifications. Been noticing some shifty behavior by YouTube today. Crafty knows what I'm talking about. I've had plenty of practice in the freaking walking boot. This is the fourth time. Yeah, the fourth time I've broken my foot. My right foot. I've broken my left one a couple times too. It's always easier when it's the left foot, not the right foot. Because you gotta use your right foot for driving and everything. God, it's so hard. Yep. Not fighting static today. Well. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I was literally sitting here and I watched it and it was at 304, views. And then I look back over and it's at 290 and I'm like, wait, what? What the heck? Hi, Tim. And I sat there and I literally watched it drop one at a time and then three at a time and then one at a time and then it ticked down by one for a little while and then it was, two drop and then another three and it was like, if I kept the stream going, I would have lost 30, views. So censorship and targeted biased by YouTube. So, yep. But, what can you do? Hopefully somebody somewhere fixes it along the way. So, let me go ahead and
Martha, when I
get a couple things up on screen. Ow.
met with Matt Gaetz and Vice President-elect Vance today, I asked Matt what his expectation was, and he wants to be able to have a hearing. He says he will answer any question that anyone asks him, and we have to keep in mind, President Trump has a mandate from the American people, and he has pushed forward with nominees for these positions that will help him to carry out that mandate. I'm going to support each of these nominees. And Matt wants to have a hearing, and he wants the opportunity to answer all of those questions. And I will add, I asked him what he would do if he were to be confirmed as Attorney General for the United States, and he was very specific. Dealing with the weaponization of the DOJ is at the top of the list. Dealing with the illegal immigration and the border security issues. Dealing with fentanyl. All of these are items on his to-do list.
Yep. A lot of stuff about Matt Gaetz today.
I've worked with Matt Gaetz for the last 2 years on the Judiciary Committee and the Weaponization Committee. He's an incredible, brilliant legal mind, and he is someone who I think would go in and stir up the DOJ, which is what we need. We have uncovered a substantial amount of information of how the Department of Justice and the FBI have been weaponized against the American public. And Matt Gaetz has been instrumental in exposing that and trying to hold people accountable for the decisions that have been made. And I think that's really why they're attacking him and trying to derail this nomination, because they recognize that he's someone who's going to go into the Department of Justice and actually do what needs to be done, which is clean out a lot of the dead wood, if you will, and also root out the corruption that we know has been going on. What we saw with the Hunter Biden laptop, what we saw in terms of how they treated Hunter Biden, the amount of money that they gifted to him by refusing to prosecute him for the tax evasion that he engaged in with the money that he was receiving from foreign countries. Matt Gaetz is somebody who's going to expose this, and I think that that's why they're attacking him.
Could you imagine a world where justice isn't one-sided? I can't. I don't know what that kind of world looks like. All I've ever seen is people on the right persecuted, prosecuted. They end up in jail. They end up like Alex Jones and, Rudy Giuliani. 20 years ago, Rudy Giuliani was America's mayor. He wasn't just New York. He was New York's mayor, America's mayor. And look at how quickly they've turned against him. It's unreal what they're doing to these people. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to situate myself, which is not as easy with a bum leg. Hi, Toolman. So, a few more things about Matt Gaetz that's coming out today. After the House Ethics Committee voted not to release its report following Matt Gaetz' resignation from Congress, Politico originally published a subhead begging for the report to leak. It's not the end of the saga, however, as many theorize that the report is bound to leak in one way or another. Now they'll quietly change the headline in a pathetic move to cover their tracks. The snakes in D.C. so badly want to smear Matt Gaetz that they're telegraphing their next move. And that is correct. They're going to do absolutely everything that they can to get that report released. But it's not really going to do much of anything. You have a lot of individuals that have been meeting with Matt Gaetz, closed door, and they come out and are giving their full support to Matt Gaetz and the Trump administration.
Mr. Chairman, do you guys go to release this report? Are you going to
He wants to go.
So that was the House committee bailing as fast as they can, not taking any type of questions. So we have here Senator Tommy Tuberville. This is great. I love this one.
A majority of voters decided that the America First agenda championed by Donald Trump and J.D. Vance is the playbook for American greatness. As a part of that playbook, President Trump has already put together a strong very strong list of qualified cabinet members. At Defense, he's tapped Pete Hegseth, a veteran who served 2 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan, is Ivy League educated businessman background. That's what we need in the Pentagon right now to restore order in our finances. At HHS, he's assigned Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who has single-handedly brought attention to the many public health crises facing Americans. He's Harvard educated, has authored multiple books, and has a 4-decade career in public health and environmental law. And an Attorney General, he's nominated Matt Gaetz, a qualified attorney who has served in Congress for nearly a decade. Matt Gaetz has been a warrior for the Constitution on the Judiciary Committee and has exposed the weaponization of the justice system of the DOJ. Ask yourself, why are my Democratic colleagues, the media, and the establishment losing their minds over these highly qualified nominees? It's because of the dislike to President Trump, the American First agenda, and nearly 80 million Americans who voted to send him back to the White House. It's obvious. Panic has set in at the DOJ, the intelligence community, and the entire D.C. swamp. They're finding out, as Barack Obama said, that elections have consequences.
Yes, they do. So we have here a CNN article. Apparently, the CNN article is focusing on a very large amount of federal employees in Washington, D.C., who have vocalized their discontent if they are forced to go back into the office. So a lot of them have been working remotely for the last few years now. And if they are forced to go back into an office environment, they are all vowing that they will quit their job with the federal government. One of them said, the stress would be through the roof. I am at the point where if I had to commute, I would resign. I would take this as a sign to move on and start a new chapter in my life. So these are individuals that are going to be under the microscope of the new Dodge committee with Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy. So they're not even in office, and it sounds like they're already cutting, fraud, waste, and abuse. So kudos to them. So Speaker Johnson today put out a statement. Speaker Johnson's statement on women's only spaces in the U.S. Capitol. Speaker Johnson issued the following statement regarding the use of single-sex facilities throughout the U.S. Capitol complex. All single-sex facilities in the Capitol and House office buildings, such as restrooms, changing rooms, and locker rooms, are reserved for individuals of that biological sex. It is important to note that each member office has its own private restroom, and unisex restrooms are available throughout the Capitol. Women deserve women's-only spaces. So for once, I've seen Speaker Johnson actually stand up to the left, which is, I guess, some kind of an anomaly. No idea, Tim. So we had here Jose Barrera. This was the illegal immigrant that was accused of killing Laken Riley. He has been found guilty on all charges and has been sentenced to life without parole. So now he is on the hook for taxpayer money for the remainder of his life. As happy as I am that he was brought to justice for her murder, we still have to pay for him being here. I'm not sure if this one will load. It's kind of having an issue today. Doesn't seem to want to load. I will press on. What else we got? I got a lot of stuff set aside. So we have Ellen DeGeneres. She has officially moved to England after the Trump win, and she has made it clear that she is never coming back. So we are winning yet again, and he's not even in office yet. See here. The Senate Democrats confirm another 2 radical judges to D.C. district courts because 2 GOP members did not show up to do their damn job. You know, this is getting a little old. They've been handed the keys. They need to get in there and do their damn jobs, and they need to stop all of these freaking corrupt liberal judges from getting on the bench. They need to do it, or I'm pretty sure individuals are going to start rallying people to make sure that they're never elected to office again. So, a document from the federal probe of Gates was leaked to the New York Times after the Ethics Committee decided against releasing the lawfare report. So, somebody's breaking the law. So, Rep. Massey has introduced a bill to stop Biden from forgiving $4.65 billion of debt to Ukraine. Ukraine owes American taxpayers almost $5 billion. I mean, they owe us a hell of a lot more than that, but there was a loan that was given that was supposed to be paid back. Biden decided to turn around and forgive that loan without going through Congress. He just decided on a whim, okay, hey, you guys are square. You don't have to pay it back. So Rep. Massey is now throwing a bill out to Congress to go ahead and put the brakes on Biden trying to throw out more money that isn't his to throw out. Then we got Matt Gaetz' ex-girlfriend. She did testify in the investigation with the House Ethics Committee. She says he's going to make a great attorney general. So, I mean, if you got an ex-girlfriend who's willing to stand up, I mean, usually an ex is an ex for a reason. Very seldom is it on good terms. So the fact she's willing to stand up for him after the fact, I think it goes a long way. Let's see here. We have Democrat Rep. Jasmine Crockett. She was attempting to go for a House leadership spot, and apparently she crashed and burned. So she is not going to get that particular spot, which is great because she's got a loud mouth. She just flaps her mouth. She's a racist as well. So good on that. So the first transgender freshman-elect, Sarah McBride, also known as Tim McBride, has responded to Speaker Johnson's decision to ban men from women's restrooms on Capitol Hill. Tim, who is a biological male who claims to be a woman due to his mental illness, has stated that he will respect the Speaker's rules on Capitol Hill and will only use restrooms assigned to his biological sex, or he will use a unisex restroom. So he's not going to throw a big fit about it or anything like that. Because again, it's one person's comfort versus how many. Yeah, that doesn't really make a lot of sense. But since when does the left make sense at all? Let's see. Ow. Let me switch on over to my other section. Man. Alrighty. I got a lot of stuff saved up from today. Even though I wasn't on the stream much, I was all over the news and pulling things and getting some good content for today. So the last thing we watched was the individual who tried to identify as a cat. Again, I don't know if the video was spoof or not. It was freaking hilarious though. I really, really, really do hope that it was legit, and it was just a great, epic way for them to shut down the mentally ill left. So, we have this video. It is simply titled, "Instagram is Scared."
If the USA and UK launch a coordinated missile attack on Russia, destroying all major cities and killing President Putin along with the entire military leadership, Russia has a backup system in place for retaliation, the dead hand. This automated system is designed to respond to such a scenario. Sensors across Russia will collect data on radiation, heat, and seismic activity, confirming a nuclear strike. The system will then await instructions from Moscow's command center. If no response is received, Dead Hand will assume the leadership has been wiped out. At that point, the system will autonomously launch approximately 4,000 nuclear missiles at the USA and its NATO ally, triggering global devastation. Destruction will be widespread, ensuring that even in death, Russia retaliates. This kind of automated retaliation system ensures that no matter the outcome, the consequences of such an attack would be catastrophic. In the end, the use of nuclear weapons guarantees mutual destruction, a grim reminder of the fragile balance of power.
So yeah, I've heard quite a bit about the dead hand switch. It's very interesting. So it's an absolute fail-safe plan for Russia that in the event of Russia being attacked, you guys have all heard of a dead man switch, so that goes off, kiss the world goodbye, basically, at that point. So the Russian Federation Council approved a law that would ban the adoption of children by citizens of countries whose gender reassignment is permitted. So any country that supports gender reassignment, Russia will not allow them to adopt any orphans from Russia. So, got this wonderful little photograph here. So this is a German military general dude. I will do my best to read this. The Bundeswehr has stepped up the implementation of the Operation German Plan. The classified strategic document includes the procedure for preparing the country in the event of war with Russia. This is a report from the Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung. To this end, military department officers are holding consultations and training for business leaders in wartime, in particular at events of the Hamburg Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Recommendations were voiced to train at least 5 additional truck drivers for every 100 employees. This measure is due to the concern of the German military about the unreliability of 70% of Germany's drivers, who are from Eastern European countries. With regard to such employees, it is recommended to draw up a plan and describe what to expect and how to deal with such employees. In addition, it is recommended to engage in self-sufficiency with backup power sources. By purchasing diesel generators or wind power plants, the document also lists all the structures and infrastructure facilities that are particularly deserving of military protection. Earlier in September of 24, the Bundeswehr Colonel Kronstadt from the NATO Joint Support and Enabling Command staff stated that work is underway to create a permanent march corridor through Europe to the borders of Russia and Belarus. Whichever figure comes after Schultz's puppets the policy of confrontation, covert or overt, will continue in the German state. So they are really getting ready for war, folks. Again, you got to remember, these European countries, you know, their GDP is not incredibly high. Okay? They're not like China, they're not like the United States, they're not like Russia. They don't have I don't want to say they don't have a lot of wealth. They obviously have wealth for being, you know, first world countries, but in comparison they don't. They're investing a lot of money in this preparation for war with Russia. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but you know, puzzle pieces. The writing's on the wall. It's just in my mind, it's a matter of when and not if at this point in time. Because the war machine needs its war. The war hawks are circling. You can see them buzzing. They want their war. They're gonna get their war. So this here is from that wonderful cyclone, which registered as a hurricane. Had hurricane category 4 level winds, hitting the west coast of the United States between Washington and Oregon. If it ever wants to load. It's that kind of day, folks. Nothing wants to work, right? I may have to restart Telegram. I don't know. Yeah, I'll restart. Could be very, very glitchy today. Alright, see if this shaped it up any. No, it didn't. So frustrating when shit doesn't want to play for some reason. Oh, yeah. I've learned my lesson with kicking stuff, Tim. Because if I break my left foot, it's your fault. Alrighty, so I do have this video here. This is from Russia, actually. Russia's Poseidon underwater nuclear warhead carries a 100 megaton device, and it's capable of raising a nuclear radioactive tsunami that could wipe out a country like Britain with just one strike in a matter of minutes. This video this is in Russian, but it does have subtitles. So I'll give this a little expansion, and hopefully you guys can read the subtitles as they play.
Российский подводный робот-беспилотник «Посейдон». Он приближается к цели на километровой глубине со скоростью 200 км в час. Нет никакого способа остановить этот подводный дрон. Боеголовка на нем мощностью до 100 мегатонн. Взрыв этой термоядерной торпеды у берегов Британии поднимет гигантскую волну, цунами высотой до 500 метров. Такой водяной шквал является еще и носителем экстремальных доз радиации. Пройдя над Британскими островами, он превратит то, что от них, может быть, еще и останется, в радиоактивную пустыню, надолго непригодную хоть для чего. Российский подводный робот-беспилотник «Посейдон». Он приближается к цели на километровой глубине со скоростью 200 км в час. Нет никакого способа остановить этот подводный дрон. Боеголовка на нем мощностью до 100 мегатонн. Взрыв этой термоядерной торпеды у берегов Британии поднимет гигантскую волну, цунами высотой до 500 метров. Такой водяной шквал является еще и носителем экстремальных доз радиации. Пройдя над британскими островами, он превратит то, что от них, может быть, еще и останется, в радиоактивную пустыню, надолго непригодную хоть для чего.
So yeah, their entire concept is to detonate a nuclear warhead underwater that would create a tsunami high enough to wash over Great Britain, Ireland, Scotland, basically, you know, the entirety of the United Kingdom, and leave it barren and radioactive. So that's some good propaganda coming out of Russia. That's a Russian Poseidon underwater nuclear warhead. It is a 100 megaton device. So, makes you think twice about the submarines when our nuke sniffers are up in the air off of the coast. Definitely makes me wonder for a moment. So we were talking about it last night. There was this big supposed incredible intelligence that the United States was putting out about Russia having a large air strike on the capital of Ukraine in Kyiv. So much that they shut down the U.S. Embassy, gave warnings to their personnel from the embassy. Several other countries did the same thing as well. So the head of the Russian State Duma Defense Committee said that the strike will be unexpected, let them sit in their holes and be afraid, and called today's reports from Western embassies a hype. So this is the first comment from the Russian Federation on rumors that Russia is preparing a massive strike on Ukraine. I believe this is also in Russian.
Как всегда, неожиданным и эффективным. Это нагнетают они сами.
So they are stating that there's going to be some kind of strike, and it's going to be some type of unexpected strike. I mean, let's be honest here. When is any kind of strike unexpected? You know, when you're in a war, that's just kind of asinine to me. But, hi, Hoppin'. So, they're doing this whole psychological warfare nonsense that Iran does. Peas in a pod, right? So, we have here an Israeli attack in Iraq is imminent. Reports in Iraq that dozens of Iranian trucks entered Iraq loaded with long and medium-range ballistic missiles under the auspice of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and with the flag of Sudan. So Hezbollah's Secretary General Naim Qassam began his speech with a threat. Israel attacked the heart of Beirut during the assassination of Mohammed Afif and should expect a response in central Tel Aviv. So they are positioning themselves. Again, it's not very easy to do much in the warfare front anymore because there's satellites, there's drones, there's, you know, airplane surveillance. You're not really going to get away with much of anything anymore, especially when you're attempting to position your stuff. So that's happening right now. And they're not the only one that's moving stuff either. So this came in today. I don't know the credibility of it. I've seen it a few other places. But those sources are mildly reputable. So Iran has hacked Israel's SSV blockchain network. Which is operated by Mossad. The blockchain technology is almost impossible to hack. 8 terabytes of information were obtained. Mossad also used this network to pay its operators in other countries. Iran now has access to all of their personal information. 8 terabytes of information, folks, is a lot of information. So, again, these are, I just saved this stuff randomly. It's not in any specific order, so we will be jumping topics. We'll end up back at Russia in a few minutes. Right now, we're going to talk about, do not buy food or drinks displaying this particular logo. So basically anything with this whole Rainforest Alliance, People in Nature, the whole little Amazon froggy guy. So this is a Bill and Melinda Gates organization that they have begun injecting the foods that are obtained by the Bill and Gates organization. They are injected with mRNA. So, if you see any food that you're buying that's got that stupid little frog on it, don't. So, we got a awesome hillbilly guy. I love hillbillies. I'm a redneck, so this gentleman here is going to tell you why Matt Gaetz is the best bet for Attorney General.
That's 177 veterans that were arrested for January 6th for exercising their First Amendment right, for protesting a clearly manipulated election, some of which weren't even allowed to use their First Amendment right in their court cases as a defense. See this pink one here? That's Ashley Babbitt. She was murdered, along with other J6 protesters. They told you Capitol Police died. No Capitol Police died that day. You know that they hold a nightly vigil outside the D.C. prison for J6ers that were killed and the ones that are incarcerated? You know that Matt Gaetz is one of the only representatives that has shown up to show his respects and listen to the people? Let this be a reminder of how far they're willing to go to prevent Trump from taking power. I like the Matt Gaetz pick, but I don't think they like it a lot. So, be prepared. Hey y'all, I'm Joe, documenter of January 6th. The truth of this day cannot fade into American history. It needs to be cemented where everyone can learn from it. My goal is to help contribute to that. If you like my content, please consider giving me a follow, a like, a share, and if you use my content, please consider tagging me. It'd really help me out. There's a lot of people's lives that have been ruined because of this day and what the government has done to us. So we need to turn this narrative around and get the truth out there. Thank you.
Oh, it should be easy to give up Oreos with all that high fructose corn syrup and other poisonous chemicals. All right, so Nancy Mace just made this ABC reporter rethink his entire career when he approached her about the new trans Congress member using women's restrooms.
Here she goes. Here's Congresswoman Mace. Congresswoman Mace, can I ask you a question as you walk here? So the question is, with your piece of legislation about banning women from using...
100% yes.
My question to you is...
And it doesn't go far enough. I'll be filing more bills.
You have said that it was created in response to Congresswoman-elect McBride.
100%. And
but should legislation be created targeted at one specific person?
It doesn't mention anyone in the legislation, but
you've said it was aimed at her.
No, I have said it's a result of this. I'm not going to allow biological men into women's private spaces. I will stand in the brink and stand in the way of anyone on the radical left who thinks that it's okay for a penis to be in a women's locker room or a bathroom or a changing room. Hell no. I am not going to stand for it. And the Speaker said it would be in the House rules package. If it's not, I'll be ready with a motion, a privileged motion to force a vote on this. This is not okay. I'm a survivor of rape. I'm a survivor of sexual abuse. And I'm not going to allow any man in any female private spaces.
Now, Speaker.
End of story. And by the way, I'm getting death threats from men pretending to be women. Why is it that these crazy people, the insanity, the radical left, are willing to kill women over a man's right to be in a women's restroom?
Speaker Johnson has said he wants to treat every new member with the words dignity and respect. Forcing this congressperson to go into a male restroom, is that dignity and respect?
Forcing women to share private spaces with men is not dignity and not respect. And I'm absolutely going to stand in the way of anyone who thinks it's okay for a man to be in our locker room, in our changing rooms, in our dressing rooms, in women's bathrooms. And in fact, if you agree with that, you're crazy, because that's not okay. It's not okay.
Congresswoman,
Thank you, Congresswoman. We're going to peel away from this conversation, Kira. So a little bit of the context of what we were just talking about, and I'm going to have my cameraman step out of the active driveway here, was that Nancy Mace put forward this piece of legislation. It was aimed, she said, although the name is not in the legislation, at a new member of Congress, Sarah McBride of Delaware, who is a transgender woman. She has said that the legislation would prevent women from using male restrooms and vice versa in the United States Capitol. Speaker Johnson has said, he made a statement earlier today where he said he believes, a quote, man is a man and woman is a woman, but he also called for, as you heard me ask the congressman about, dignity and respect for new members of Congress, and that would include this new member of Congress, Sarah McBride from Delaware, who is a transgender woman. All of that to say, this is now an issue that Congress is forced to grapple with here, and one that they've never been forced to grapple with before, because Sarah McBride is the first trans person elected to the United States House of Representatives, and it's very much unclear at this hour what Mike Johnson plans to do, although Nancy Mace is under the impression that her resolution or something of the like will now go into the new House of Representatives rules package, which would theoretically be voted on and approved by the next Congress come January.
And just trying to look back at Trump's ads as he was running for president, I mean, he's probably going to be right along with Nancy Mace if she pushes for this. She won't get any pushback from the president-elect, right?
It's very much unclear. We know that President-elect Trump made targeting Kamala Harris's position on transgender issues a key point of his campaign. And we also know that he's given Speaker Mike Johnson, the president-elect has, rope to essentially run the House of Representatives how he sees fit. So it's really up to Mike Johnson at this hour, and it's really hard to parse what Mike Johnson wants to do. Again, he made that statement just moments ago before cameras. He made a point, actually, to call cameras for this impromptu public statement where he walked out to cameras in a way that was unplanned, said he believes a man is a man and a woman is a woman. I'm quoting him here, and then went on to say that he believes that each member of the House, each new member, and every member in general, should be afforded dignity and respect. So we don't quite know where he lands on this, but Nancy Mace has said...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That he promised her that her opinion on this and her position on this and her resolution, which you just heard her outline there speaking to me, will be included in this new rules package put forward by the House of Representatives come January.
So, boom, there is that. That's good, too. Good, good, good. So apparently, bookmakers on Polymarket have begun accepting bets on a nuclear strike before the end of the year. Now, the chance of a nuclear strike before the end of the year is estimated at about 10%. But then yesterday, with everything that happened, the news of Biden or Putin, changing the nuclear doctrine, Ukraine firing off the missiles, them also firing off UK missiles now, that happened as well. And then Biden giving 2 million anti-personnel landmines, and then the suspected movement of missiles that have been seen, which I'm going to get to. They have now upped it to an 18% chance of nuclear strike happening before the end of the year. So, like I told you guys, it went from a possibility, which is anything is possible, to a probability, and now they're taking bets on that probability. It's sitting at 18%, based off of how everybody is viewing the current situations and the actions that have been taken by particular countries, the rhetoric that is coming out of those countries. Now, let's remind everybody here that Polymarket is the one that anticipated Trump's presidential win and was the only accurate polling really out there, was Polymarket. And of course, I'm not saying this because they are onto something. I just think that it's incredibly humorous that Polymarket is now taking bets regarding a potential nuclear strike. Have we sunk that low as humans that we are going to turn it into a betting ordeal? So, folks, I'm going to restart the stream. I'm just having a lot of lag issue, and a lot of my videos are not wanting to load for some unknown reason, and that kind of defeats the purpose of me being live here. So, I'm going to attempt to fix whatever the problem is, provided it's a computer glitching problem, which I, of course, am assuming that it is. That, or I pissed off YouTube when I contacted them today and complained about their blatant censorship. And I may have threatened them with a complaint to FCC, I don't know. So, I will be back in just a few minutes, folks.